And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And following an interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or maybe you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful not being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
They want to attack. We'll see how they attack it here. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll run it here. This is Reeves. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
He's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to see it up right, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Earlier part when we were discussing Russell Wilson, you said you think he's best when Seattle is running back centric. Is Thomas Rawls the centerpiece going forward there?
I think so, because of what he did 2 seasons ago before he got hurt. Because he runs that offense the way they want it run. One cut, downhill, get upfield, and Thomas Rawls is perfect for that. If he stays healthy, that allows Russell Wilson now to throw the play action, the bootleg passes. It really hurt our teams defensively.
And Rawls has youth on his side, just 23. The all-pro in 2 positions, pulling back there to make the stop. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Complete. Richardson has it. Shreds the tackle. And he'll go down inside the 45 before we get out of bounds.
This is zone defense, and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call. You can't be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He's caught Lockett. And he goes down, but not before giving this inside the 25. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Dalton. It's the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's complete. And 12 yards on that one, it earns him a fresh set of downs.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a good teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On 1st down, Wilson. Extending the partial right. Maybe a gain of 4. And he'll make it 2nd down.
Yeah, he gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. That's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The wide receiver screen is getting enough blockers in front to create a wall and then they pick a spot to run the football. How about the defense there swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Well, they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 4. Down he goes. Brought down Wilson. Dropping for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Now we'll everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. There are 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On is Hauschka now for the Seahawk field goal. And Hauschka's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they're looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch, counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, get into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you think to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure. Let's see if they dial it up this round. Already had the 1,000-yard season in 2015, followed that up with 788 last year. Now, also in the mix in Oakland, you have Washington, you have Richard. How do you see that backfield playing out going forward?
I think it's a similar combination going forward. I think that's one of the reasons that he dropped from a 1,000-yard runner to 788 because they had other options. They were able to bring in Washington, Richard. They can use different plays for those guys, a lot of versatility, and really upgrade their offense with an infusion of speed. But Latavius Murray, I think, can still continue to be the lead guy in that trio. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Time running out here on the play clock. On first down, Murray. He'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
That was second down, 1 for Murray. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
To go here on 3rd down. The play clock's running down. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Oakland after this. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
All right, here we go. Wide at the 8. Wide at the 8.
Carr now on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Shift together here from the D-line.
Here we go. Ready.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Amari Cooper, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
3 down, 3 down. All right, here we go. Red 18.
On 3rd down, here's Washington. And he'll take this one down. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So now on 4th down, the Raiders will turn it over to the left foot of Sebastian Janikowski. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays. And those are no problem.
Like my new team. The black hole. Yes, sir, the black hole, baby. I told you I would bring him to the black hole.
Last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year,
Let's play some ball, P.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? You get football, you're trailing back in your own territory. There's a little time you try something.
You're thinking about jump-starting your team. Right? You just mentioned it down. We're trying to get back into the game. But you're trying to figure it out. If something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Manage your risk is the biggest decision here. Never make the mistake as a slot receiver, especially with little guys like watching here. Just quick with your foot. A lot of them combine quickness and speed.
Fuck.
How many times you can tell the story and it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a number 1 receiver should be in the NFL. I don't care how you cover it. I don't care if it's the second is great. He's the one to take it up on Just go ahead, finish up the half, and get out and talk about it.
Play smart ball, man.
They will not get a chance to return this one as it's 3 days over touchdown. now comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper to the I like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But we're going to get the separation that you just talked about. Change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try to hit a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Fuck.
It's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all of that swing pass down the right side for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm.
Absolutely.
Ran to the football and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
On second down, he's going to complete. Give him 6 on the play, and then they'll make it third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, running backs. They can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll need to get the play out quickly. Throwing his car on third down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but they got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Begins with a run by Rolls. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. A gain of 3, second down. And now they're in the hurry up.
We always have to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And able to get this one across the 45 before it's brought down.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
The throw is Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. Really nice little connection there. They go with the corner route, and it works out well.
And the best way to set up the corner route is to throw slants throughout the ball game, so when you're able to get back outside, the defender has to respect the inside game.
Complete. Richardson has it. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. There doesn't need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense. Because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. That would be exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. But ran it and picked it up.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Pretty good coverage there in both of these defenses. They've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
There's Wilson to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jermaine Curse. And it'll bring up third down. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. In the slot on the right is Graham. On third down, Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball run free and brings up 4th down. On his Hauschka now for the Seahawk field goal. on the left hash. This from 34.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. At a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
First down, eluding the pressure right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Little lull in the action here to go over an offseason storyline. It's kind of interesting. LA a couple years ago, they have no teams, and now they're going to have 2 with the move from San Diego to LA. What does that mean for the league and for the Chargers?
It seems like an easier transition, doesn't it, than St. Louis when they moved back to Los Angeles.
Less culture shock.
Less culture shock, less, obviously geography, the whole deal. But it's a transition that still is not going to be easy. Remember, they're going to go play in a soccer stadium, essentially, for at least the first couple of years before they share a stadium with the Rams. So that changes things. Obviously, trying to create an identity in the market they haven't been in a long time. They began as the Los Angeles Chargers, but only played 1 season as such.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. From the gun now on third down, Carr. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And out now come the Seahawks. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On second down, here's Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On second down, Rawls. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. They come out here in the eye. Wilson on the keeper. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. And they're going to speed things up here.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense have felt great about what they have going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Back now in the East Bay. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. Third and goal from the 2. Now the fullback, Reese, this is where he excels. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
I know a field goal ties it, but I'm not just tempted to go for it. I say do it. At this spot of the field, go get the touch.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas rolls, taking it in from a yard out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead here in the 4th. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And he bangs this one through to make it a 13-9 game now. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT. Surveying the field. All kinds of time. Letting one go. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big play there for Oakland. 41 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. The last